The 2016 Learn4dev Annual Meeting took place in Rome at FAO headquarters from 15 to 17 June. The meeting was co-hosted by the Agence Française de Développement, AFD, and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO. The theme of the meeting was Innovations in Learning and Learning Technology.
Welcoming participants to this year's annual meeting here in Rome, I said I thought that the Learn4dev network was more important than ever before. The SDGs place a great deal of emphasis on the importance of multi-stakeholder partnerships in building capability, building expertise and sharing knowledge.
At the World Bank, we started to engage with Learn4dev actively just about 2 years ago, and I really wish we had joined sooner. Some of the benefits as an organization I see is the ability to connect, to share, and to co-create. So connect with like-minded professionals in learning and development, share lessons, experiences, and lessons on what worked and what didn't work.
Annual Meeting 2016 is a special one for us this year because FAO is co-hosting it with AFD at our headquarters in Rome. It's been a great meeting so far. I'm talking to you at the end of day 2. We've looked at the SDGs, we've looked at how the network can work together. There are more new faces than old faces, which is an exceptional meeting, and we're very pleased to be able to have that this year. And for me, one of the big takeaways is that the KM group, of which we originally joined in 2008, has been revived and is doing a lot of activities. And also myself, it's been a great learning experience because we're interested in mobile technologies and many of the people here have moved ahead in the past year or so and we're learning an awful lot.
Participants worked together for 3 days with the intent to reach together several objectives. Set the direction of the network for the coming year. Facilitate effective communication within the network. Create the context for organizational and individual commitments. Look at how innovations in learning and learning technology can contribute to the effectiveness of the network. Identify opportunities for Learn4dev to contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals. Develop and grow the expert groups as communities of practice. This year's annual meeting was attended by a remarkable number of new participants and institutions. This will bring a valuable contribution to an expanded Learn4dev network.
Pour ma part, c'est la première fois que j'assiste à une réunion annuelle de ce réseau Learn4dev et j'ai été vraiment impressionnée par la motivation, l'implication des professionnels que j'ai eu l'occasion de rencontrer et par leur volonté de toujours améliorer leurs pratiques pour répondre aux objectifs du développement durable et à l'aide au développement.
L'organisation du meeting annuel de Learn4dev à Rome a été pour moi l'occasion de découvrir ce réseau, ses membres et l'activité de ce groupe, Learn4dev. C'était également l'opportunité de travailler ensemble avec la FAO sur l'organisation de ce meeting et je voudrais particulièrement remercier Andrew Nadeau et son équipe pour l'organisation, Robin Pop pour son animation et Polona pour la partie communication et toute la publication qu'elle a assurée au cours de ce meeting. Je suis très impressionné moi par la qualité de la production des groupes d'experts. C'est la première fois que je mesurais l'importance du travail de ces groupes et ce meeting sera pour nous l'occasion certainement de développer des partenariats pour développer des projets concrets avec les membres du réseau Learn4dev.
During an icebreaker exercise, participants were asked to describe an object that would best represent their view of learning.
This picture represents for me what I understand for learning, is chatting, getting together with peers. Every time I talk to somebody, I learn new things. And this together with new technologies like these sewing machines that changed life of this woman some time ago.
Learn4dev's expert groups took advantage of the network's annual meeting to share with all participants what they have achieved in the course of the year and discuss what actions they intend to implement in the future.
The Learn4dev network for me and for my institution is a kind of a very engaging experience where peer-to-peer learning is at the heart of what we are doing together here these 3 days in Rome. And I hope that we also find a way to structure this kind of networked, informal peer-to-peer learning, not only in the yearly event, but also throughout the entire year. And together with the other partners here at Learn4dev, quite a lot of new technologies were discussed. And I hope that some creative ideas, such as randomized online coffee trials or peer-to-peer coaching, could also be mechanisms in which the network also stays alive throughout the entire year.
Being a part of Learn4dev is for me a very important experience and a fruitful experience, because we are networking. We realize that different organizations are facing the same challenges. And what is also nice is that we are cooperating, collaborating and helping each other. I have just an example, which is the module that we are doing on experience capitalization. Being part of Learn4dev, we were able to have peer reviewers, people coming with case studies. And so this was really a great collaborative experience.
From the shared work of the expert groups, new initiatives or collaborations have emerged. Call for knowledge exchange and collaboration in innovation and through competence development. Invitation to cooperate in implementation of a series of workshops in the area of ICT and development. Initiative to collaborate on the question on how to run more effective multi-stakeholder partnerships. Initiative for cooperation or formation of an expert group on monitoring and review mechanisms.
I think that the Learn4dev network is at a crossroad at the moment. First signal is that there are so many new members participating in this very annual meeting. Second, because the topic of the annual meeting on innovation is also an indication that important changes are going on. And we are at the moment, it's the first annual meeting since the adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals, which are much more cross-cutting, which are very, let's say, engaging on several topics. And the question is the way Learn4dev is organized currently with its expert groups, thematic, technical expert groups, is that still the formula that will be a winning formula for the future? And we sensed somehow during this annual meeting, which is coming to a conclusion at this moment, that it may be challenging for the network to continue operating as it has been operating so far.
At the annual meeting, members agreed on the revised draft of the Charter of the Learn4dev. The Charter now better reflects and supports the functioning of the network, including short-term cooperation initiatives that do not require the formal creation of an expert group. Jane Hart, a well-regarded international speaker and writer on approaches to workplace learning, and founder of the Center for Learning and Performance Technologies, gave a keynote address on learning in the modern workplace. Technology is playing an increasingly important role in learning. According to C4LPT list of the annual top 100 tools for learning, the #1 tool in the last 7 years in a row is Twitter. With new technology, people are confronted with overload of information. However, according to Hart, there is no information overload, only filter failures, indicating that in the new environment, personal knowledge mastery, PKM, is becoming vital. PKM includes seeking information from various sources and then reflecting and connecting information, and only then sharing them. People should take half an hour a day on their personal learning.
Participation in cooperation in Learn4dev is very important for us, and it has become even more important in view of agreement on Agenda 2030 and Sustainable Development Goals. It made cooperation of donors and partnerships even more important, and we are a partnership to improve competence and capacity of our institutions so that we are more relevant and more effective in performing our role in development cooperation.
Participants engaged in filling out a matrix in which they mapped the Learn4dev contributions to the Sustainable Development Goals.
The Sustainable Development Goals, of course, highlight in Goal 17 the importance of multi-stakeholder partnerships to mobilise and share knowledge and expertise in support of achieving the goals. And of course, that's what the Learn4dev network fundamentally is, a partnership.
On the last day, the annual meeting transacted some of the formal business of the network, thus to ensure its effectiveness and continued governance.
I would like to thank very much for the trust that the members of the Learn4dev network put in me as a new chair of the network, and I will do my best to steer the work in the next year.
I'm particularly happy that we will be able to organize next year's event, next year's annual meeting in Belgium. We've done it before, it was a great experience, and we see this as an opportunity for not only the networking, but also to get to know each other better, to understand each other's challenges, sometimes also problems, and to see more clear in how to go about it and how to find solutions to the situations which we are confronted throughout the world in all our projects and programs.
Before the meeting was officially closed, Ms. Iana Repansek set out her vision for the next year.
We concentrated on technology and learning, innovation in learning technology. But although learning technology is important, I think it is nevertheless all about people and the purposes these people have and the relationships among these people. I personally feel that this network will draw energy from the membership itself. So it is us that are giving the answers to the network, and it is us that will innovate in the next year.
The next annual meeting will be hosted by the Belgian Technical Cooperation in partnership with the World Bank.